Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Jambulkar. In last video, we have seen Dijkstra algorithm. We have also seen one example and there we have seen how to apply Dijkstra algorithm. So basically Dijkstra algorithm is used for single source shortest path. Single source shortest path. What do we mean by single source shortest path? So we take one vertex as a source vertex and from the source vertex we find out shortest path to the other vertices. For example, shortest path to reach from A to F, A to C, A to B, A to D, A to E. And also we have seen why Dijkstra algorithm cannot be used for the graphs where edges have negative weight. So this is the drawback of Dijkstra algorithm, and for that I have created another video. There we have seen one example for that. Now in this video we'll see how Dijkstra algorithm is used for finding all pair shortest path, and also we'll see parallel formulation of Dijkstra algorithm. So for that there are two approaches. One is source partition formulation and another is source parallel formulation. Now see, basically Dijkstra algorithm is not for all pair shortest path. Dijkstra algorithm is for single source shortest path. Single source shortest path in the sense we take any vertex and from that vertex we find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. So Dijkstra algorithm by nature it is used for single source shortest path. Single source shortest path. Now see how it can be used for all pair shortest path. Now see. So basically Dijkstra algorithm is used for single source. If we take one vertex as a source, so we find that vertex we find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. Now if Dijkstra algorithm we apply for all the vertices, so it will find out shortest path from all the other vertices. See, so we'll apply Dijkstra algorithm for this and we'll find out shortest path to all the other vertices. Then we will apply Dijkstra algorithm for this vertex and we'll find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. Then we will apply Dijkstra algorithm for this and we'll find out shortest path to reach all these other vertices. We'll apply Dijkstra algorithm for this vertex and we'll find out shortest path to reach all the other vertices. So Dijkstra algorithm, if we apply on all the other vertices, so it will become all pair shortest path. But basically Dijkstra algorithm is not for all pair shortest path. It is for single source shortest path. From one source we find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. But as we are applying Dijkstra algorithm on all the other vertices, it can be used as for all pair shortest path. Now, what is the time required if it is done by single process? So we'll say it's a serial execution time that is of order of n cube. Why it is n cube? See, when we Dijkstra algorithm, when we apply for the single vertex, so it is of theta n square. Theta of n square. Okay, so in that video we have seen how we got theta of n square. So when we apply for one vertex, complexity or time that we require is theta of n square. Now on each vertex we are applying Dijkstra algorithm. So theta of n square into n square into n, it is n square into n, so it become n cube, and that's why the time required is theta of n cube. Now see, we'll see parallel formulation. So there are two approaches. One is source partition formulation and another is source parallel formulation. So see, in source partition formulation, we have separate process for each vertex. Now see, one process which apply Dijkstra algorithm for this and it find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. Another process, separate process, there it will apply on this vertex and it will find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. There will be third process which is applied on this vertex and it will find out shortest path to the all the other vertices. So for each vertex we are applying separate process, we are using separate process. So here, see, that's why parallel execution time will be theta of n square. If it is done serially, so it is a theta of n square. If it is done by the single process, okay, single process is applying Dijkstra algorithm on all the other vertices, so time that is required is theta of n cube. But in source partition formulation we have multiple processes, and each process is working on each vertex, for each vertex. So that's why parallel execution time will be theta of n square. How we got n square? See, so n cube divided by n, because why n? So total time that we require n cube, right? So it is a theta of n cube, theta of n cube divided by n. So that is the parallel execution time. N are the number of processes, so that will be theta of n square. Okay, so in this case what we have considered, number of processes is equal to total number of vertices. But what if number of processes is smaller than number of vertices? So for example, see, here there are total 6 vertices, but suppose we have only 3 processes. So how it will work in that situation? So see, in that situation, for this, suppose in this case, processes are 3 but vertices are 6. So one process will work on 2 vertices, another process will work on these 2 vertices, third process will work on another process. So each process, when p is less than n, so in that situation each process will work on n by p, n by p vertices, n by p vertices. It will apply Dijkstra algorithm on n by p vertices. Now see, we'll see another approach, that is the source parallel formulation. In source partition formulation, what we have considered, there for each vertex there was a separate process, right? For each vertex there was separate process, and it was applying, the process was applying Dijkstra algorithm on that particular vertex. In source parallel formulation, what we are assuming, see, there are multiple processes working for this vertex, and these multiple processes are applying Dijkstra algorithm for this vertex and finding shortest path to the all the other vertices. Again, for this vertex there are multiple processes are working together, and that multiple processes are finding shortest path to the all the other vertices. Again, for this vertex there are multiple processes which are applying Dijkstra algorithm for this, and those are finding shortest path to the all the other vertices. And because of that, there are multiple processes, p will be greater than n, because on each vertex there are multiple processes are there. So total number of processes that applying on this graph, working on this graph, will be greater than n. Now what will the complexity in this case? So parallel execution time will be theta of n cube. This is the time for the computation. How we got this time? See, if it is done serially, so if it is done serially, so what is the time that is required? If it is done serially, so theta of n cube, right? But in this case, there are n p processes. There are p processes, and p is greater than n. So that's why this time, computation time will be theta of n cube divided by p. There are p processes. Now see, there are multiple processes working on this, and those are finding shortest path to the all the other vertices. Now these processes, they have to communicate with each other, and they have to share some data. For example, adjacency matrix. And for that there is a communication among the processes which are working on that particular vertex. Here multiple processes are working on this vertex, they are applying a Dijkstra algorithm, so there is a communication among these processes, and for this communication we require this much time. So total parallel time is, this is for computation and this is for the communication. So that is the parallel execution time. In previous approach, that is a source partition approach, there is no communication. That is why communication cost is zero. Why communication cost is zero? Because each process, separate process is working on separate vertex. Okay, the processes are not sharing with each other. One process is working on this, another process is working on this, another third process is working on this. So processes, they are working separately. There is no communication among the processes. That's why communication cost is zero in source partition formulation, while parallel execution time for the processes is theta of n square, while here there is a computation as well as there is a communication. So that's why parallel execution time is this much in source parallel formulation. So friends, I hope you like this video. If yes, then click on like, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to press bell icon so that you will get notification of my next video. So stay connected. Thank you.